Yes. Yeah. So anyway, tuko ndani ya area. This is the Quorum show. Inatubamba sana. It was a live interview with ABORN and a guy called Desmond.
Amazing.
That guy is a visually impaired guy. Yeah. One of the biggest artists we have in the country. Ametupatia mangoma manze, nasikia ameimbia every president isipokuwa Jomo Kenyatta.
Wow.
Na mzee mwingine alikuwa anaitwa M1. Hao wengine wote amedeal now. It's an amazing show. Now nilikuwa nakwambia kuhusu Getu. Jana mnajua coach kwa Rive wametoa mguu ya mtu. Now
mguu a whole limb,
si a whole limb, a whole
mguu from magurudumu ya binadamu.
Imagine. And the thing about it was, unajua according to these experts, nasikianga DCI ni expert, uko na KOT ni expert, Edgar Obare is an expert, tuko na ma expert
kama mamboga wanakoga ma experts.
Wanaangalia ile mguu wanasema hii ikuumwa na samaki ama shark. I don't think kuna shark kwa Coach River.
Nairobi River.
Kuna shark.
Kuna fish imebaki huko.
Kuna shark.
Mathare River. Vitu zinatolewa kwa hapo. Kusikia story yenye kulitolewa nini? Kulitolewa huko kunatolewa kwa vitu mobsa.
Conspiracy theory. By that mermaid.
Huko bana jo. Lakini mermaid ya Mathare sinateseka. Hiyo hata iwezi kuroga. Hiyo hata inakwambia unajua mermaid za Mombasa zinakuchukua uende nayo
bana.
Hiyo inakwambia nisaidie
niokole
enda na mimi
ama ikutoke,
inatafuta sponsor bana. It's a problem.
Wow, I just unasema experts all that
anaangalia mguu.
Yes.
Wakasema hii si shark, hii ni mtu alichukua hacksaw ama kitu akakata vizuri kama anaenda kuuza nyama. So I'm trying to wonder ni pesa gani inaibiwa kwa mguu ama ni nini. Na unajua ukisacrificewa mtu wa Mathare, no offense, ukisacrificewa shetani ataki. Shetani I cannot give you anything. Shetani anataka mtu alipata
let me tell you something funny. Unaweza kutadi the reason why alikato hiyo mguu, the reason was something very petty. Unaweza kutadi ni loan ya so mbili or something. People out here are crazy, yani msiako na stress. Ataki jokes.
Bro,
sema kijana 200 yangu utanipatia 200 wewe.
Utakunywa maji.
Ndapita na hiyo mguu. Unadhani ni metaphor?
Kumbe
sioni ala kama anapita na mguu yako man. It's crazy man.
So I'm really curious. Mwenye mguu alikuja kuclaim mguu yake ama alikuwa
watu walipata mguu peke yake. Hiyo mguu ingine ilikuwa imeenda I hear. So they recovered one leg. Now bro,
it's crazy. That's a crazy story man. So like the things that are going on in here man, like people are going through a lot. Now wase pia ni wanyama.
Waseni wanyama.
Like me even the thought of kuna time tulikuwa gana some what do you call this traditional ceremonies in shags, and we had to slaughter like around 4 goats. And manze jo mimi kuwa mbuzi manze hadi niko like na iangalia hivi
unahurumia,
inaniangalia inaanza kunimekea some, you see these cat eyes
kama za Puss in Boots.
Kama za Puss in Boots iko like
kuisha
mimi niko like mimi msiazi mada like no you can imagine msemenye anachukua mse and they're like literally and you know
hata Mungu tu ana take time
bra mtu alichukua
hacksaw. Yo memory imenipeleka imenirudisha like hiyo incident imenirudisha back in my memory kitambo nikiwa mtoi. Madhe alikuwa na kabezi kakuza supu na mavile nje mguu ni nini. So hivyo ndo tulikuwa tunacheza nayo, si ndio? Mguu tulikuwa na split na hacksaw na hiyo stuff ina take time before we go through na maindio ni mguisha chemshwa. Sasa umse anakata mse roll ya give it dogo hadi
apparently, and it's a problem.
Clean cut.
It was a clean cut.
Damn.
Clean cut.
So tunaita huyu mnyama.
Yes.
Now niko na sasa sijui kama huyu pia ni mnyama. Allegedly kuna mama
yes.
Kuna mama politician.
Yes.
Unite Kenyans.
Aje.
Mliona hiyo kitu?
Do you need to name names?
No way.
We can name names.
Do you need kitu mzuri?
I don't know kama naweza hamishwa leo but let me name names.
Yeah.
Millicent Omanga. Apparently there was a clip going around social media.
Yes.
Watu allegedly, tafadhali madhe, allegedly. Sijasema. So this lady apparently was in a compromising position, amekuwa kwa video na ikareleasiwa. Sasa huyo utamuitaje, ni mnyama ama ni trainee?
Yenyewe ni kuunganisha wa Kenya.
Hiyo ni kuunganisha wa Kenya.
Millicent Omanga
amechoma picha kwa mtandao.
Kuna mtu anakaa kama yeye. Anakaa kama yeye.
I'm telling you.
Alafu unajua sasa
I was actually seeing the thing.
For real?
Yes.
There's even actual pictures.
Now, the thing is, we'll scare the development. It is being alleged and speculated that it's a guy from Tanzania who actually did the thing.
Oh, wow.
And I'm curious, is she married?
Sasa hiyo ndio sasa kuko na maneno because kila mtu anasema miss imemiss because kuko na miss alipigwa picha na sasa akachomewa. But now the problem is the husband or the spouse or the whoever ajatokea kusema we condemn ama we deny ama we agree. Unaget sema kitu.
Anaiskata kitu iko kwa kuna exhibit A.
Bro, unajua siku hizi Photoshop ni noma. Mimi naweza Photoshop ukiwa na mapu ya Obama like na Photoshop.
Yeah, it's true. Like siku hizi hata not AI may revolutionize a lot of things in terms of like cyber security, photography. Yeah, but looking at this specific video, this one is not a Photoshop.
Manze, it looks somewhat. It's funny, manze.
Looking at the at the thumbnails of the pictures.
Njoro.
It's crazy. Me didn't go up and go like, wow. Yani,
my question is, uniambia hapa kitambo kama ile incident ilikuwa ya the US former US president Bill Clinton na Monica.
Yes.
So unajua venye kulienda.
Najua vile
like it was a big deal nini jamaa hata career inaweza
bomoka.
So in Kenya and Africa, what happens when somebody
let me tell you something funny with the Kenyan people. The challenge with the Kenyan people is we forget too fast.
Yes.
And we are always looking for the next informational high in terms of history ndo ina hits high. Then after a while kuna ka story tu kingine katatoka and Kenyans will forget.
Unfortunately,
but
very quickly
they will. But the internet never forgets.
Yeah,
okay, the internet never forgets, but the citizens
will forget.
Kumekuwa na scandals ngapi? You remember ile video ya Sonko akiambia certain lady sijui amuoneshe nini? You remember? Ilikuwa game trend. Ilikuwa game trend big time. Alafu after hapo wasi walikuwa like okay Sonko next week some guy took a gun and shot himself when nini blah blah blah. And then kila msee ako huko hivyo. And then after that kila msee ako huko maandamano and everything.
Yeah, kwanza looking at the like people forget. Actually ni kama instead ya kuwapea like a negative impact kwa like their political careers, inawapea boost. Ni kama like okay, now you're more popular, now you can get more votes. It absolutely doesn't make sense. And I don't think like anything will happen to Millie. Maybe just like the embarrassment and the humiliation.
What endorsement? Watakata? Ama ananga endorsements
gani? Endorsement ya serikali. Ya kuna mali inaenda. If people are killing people out here and they're still in their sitting wamekalia viti zao in government, I mean endorsement yao kwani inaishaga
broad daylight.
And
inakuwa tu.
It's crazy manze. So and they you know in politics tunaambiwa negative publicity and positive publicity still publicity. And ukiangalia some people like look at someone like Sonko. Sonko has really backed his political career on negative publicity, on hooliganism.
Not entirely though.
Okay, let me say, a large chunk of his publicity is based on, as much as we have the Sonko rescue team, they do a lot, but like I saw a clip yesterday, I saw it yesterday, but I don't know if kama ni akitambo or anything. He was telling our president, Dr. William, he was telling him that, ingine kidogo president, unapiga toti ya kambiweso before you do, before you make a big decisions. You saw that clip, Saich?
Not really, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was online, manze. So I see that, and also I remember I don't know.
So what do you think about that?
Me, I'm like, okay, this guy is being humorous, but at the end of the day, what is he promoting? You know, as an individual, like ana promoting. You know, the other day I heard that alikuwa amesema if you spot an LGBTQ guy, go beat him. and take a video ukimpiga and he'll send you I don't know 20 Gs and you're saying so far amepatiana like 400 Gs.
No way.
Yeah, Sonko.
But you know that's hiyo iko worth ku press your charge on. Unaget ku incite or say to violence, and remember it's already a legal thing here in Kenya.
It's not legal.
What is legal?
It's not been passed yet.
Yes, it's not been passed.
What is legal?
Like LGBTQ plus community.
But
is it legal?
It's not.
It's illegal.
It's
Kenya serikali, Kenya the judiciary ilisema is something like they can register organizations or something, but they did not legalize it.
But at the same time, that's the funny thing. At the same time, it's not illegal. So if something is not illegal, what is it? Because like
there's a vague gray area.
Yes, there's a very like everything's just super gray in between.
First of all, as citizens, you know, there's something called the law of the citizens,
like public opinion.
Citizens. Yes, the law of the public.
But either way, do you think it's okay to incite violence against any type of person?
No, not okay. Mimi,
even a thief.
Mimi, one thing I'll say is this. Those shenaniganism for me personally, as njoro speaking as me, I don't like. I feel like I die. It's creating imbalance in nature.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Like creating balance in nature, and Mother Nature might decide to use me as a tool to offer consequence.
Of course,
but okay, that's okay. Even like it's okay. Good if you don't condemn, it's okay. But do you have to go out of your way tough them to forgo?
Mimi niko na kazi mob sana. I have a lot. I'm like chasing the dollar is at 129. Shilingi ipatikani. So before nianze kufikiria vitu zingine, let me first chase the bag, and then these other things will sort themselves out. Me if there's one thing I wouldn't want is someone trespassing my boundary.
That's
hapo sasa I think
makes sense.
Hapo
kiboys kujogo kikuspanking. Now that makes sense. You see.
What is now the boundary? Now, speaking of boundaries, kuna mama mwingine, hey my friend, ni kubaya. This lady did this. The same meeting you're talking about, alisimama, she's a women rep, no, she's an MCA, akasema ongezewe mshahara. Akasema anataka gari, anataka popcorns, anataka tennis court kwa nyumba, anataka walipiwe mboji, anataka aquarium.
Mpaka aquarium.
Wewe mama alikuwa na list. Alikuwa anatoa list, watu wanasema no. Anasema please.
Anasema mpaka ikewe waterfall. Waterfall.
Can you imagine?
Compound.
Itoke kwa dirisha yake ya
imagine. Ati a whole MCA. Anataka waterfall.
Why are people so entitled like this?
Exactly. Kwanza wajalipwa.
Yeah.
Bado wajalipwa hadi sahi.
Sijui kama wamelipwa, but story ilikuwa wajalipwa.
Yeah, but look at the country right now. I think we have a lot of deficit. Hakuna pesa. Angalia right now currently nurses on strike in a couple of counties. Like 4-5.
Thank you.
The worst thing, the worst people when you wanna threaten kutena ku strike ni nani? Military. Oh my god.
Military on strike.
Walikuwa wame threaten ku strike, but I guess I wame chill. But imagine a country kenye military may strike.
That's messed up. You know, manisha, we don't have
Al-Shabaab si wanaweza ingia tu asubuhi.
That makes sense. Anwas wajilipo. Now going back to this MCA lady. Why does she feel so entitled?
But at the end of the day, it's not even entitlement such. It's more of let me tell you. There's one thing I say, and I had a story about a certain guy who vied for MCA in Kisumu.
Okay.
Not sure if this is a true story of ni stories ajaba. There's some people who sit in a council of men and they want to show off their intellectual prowess by kuwapigia ma stories zingine. As it makes sense, but this story stood somewhat straight for me. This guy was saying there's this guy who vied for MCA. So the guy vies for MCA.
Yes.
In Kisumu, runs for 5 years. He's out there doing his thing. But then, after the 5 years, he's not re-elected. And apparently, after the 5 years, he stays 2 years. Haonekani the third year, anarudi kwa soko and he takes a stall and anaanza kuuza vitu. Just like a common mananchi. I'm like, young man or young woman or whatever you are. You didn't understand how to play the game. Because for me, usema. Serikali, there's no way serikali take kukusaidia. So I say chukingia kwa ile kiti. Manze jijenge. So take all the money you can. Piga ma contracts zote zenye unaweza. That's it for me. Let me tell you.
Let me ask you a question.
That's it for me.
So this MCA,
yes.
This MCA didn't squander the money. ama because you said
hajapewa do anaitisha do sahi bado hajapewa.
No, this MCA ni kitambo, ni elections za kitambo.
Huyu alisquander.
Unaona, so I'm like because at the end of the day, if you're gonna make developments for your people as a person representing them in the government, as an MP or an MCA, utakam wajenge barabara, wajenge mashule. Ukiwajengea mashule na mabarabara, they start complaining. Oh, we don't have a road, you build for them a road. Then they see, we all don't have schools, you build them a school. They say we don't have a church, we don't have this. In Africa place, you have done everything. They start complaining, oh, we don't have a river, wakatie mto hapo hivyo. They start saying, oh, we don't have rain. You start building them clouds here like Radio 254. It becomes tricky. One thing I usually say is, manjijenge, because at the end of the day, people will always complain. And the human race can never be satisfied.
Then, that's the thing. Then, I feel like the system is a scam. You see? Like, Basim, why... Basi hiyo KTMC itolewe because it's like a job position sahi
ya kukula.
It's not like a leadership position.
Let me
see itolewe basi the position, like then we don't need you.
Let me tell you bro, Njoro, kuna hii kitu na nataka ufikirie. Umesema watakuitisha mto na watakuitisha mvua. There's a country called UAE, United Arab Emirates. Now what they are doing right now, it's a very dry country, of course. They're doing something called cloud seeding. Cloud seeding ni wanatafuta on radar na hizo mitambo yao. They look for small clouds, they go with planes, wanamwaga chumvi on top of the cloud, and especially it condenses and it forms rain. So I think when you actually have the passion to do something for your people, a way just comes. Get? And me, I was looking at that thing, I was like, okay, I swear.
And they do it three times a week.
Let me allow me to say this. Allow me to give you a short story. And you guys help me make the decision on this. There's a story of the two pilots. So one pilot says, hi, my name is Pilot John. And as you bought this flight, please know this. If I bought this airplane as your pilot, I'll fly 2,000 feet on 2,000 feet above sea level or something. I will abide to all aviation laws. I will be in my full piloting regalia, and I'll make sure you land safe and you land on time. Please allow me to fly you. Then Pilot 2 comes. He says, if you let me fly this plane, all of you will get into business class. Bila kusema nini zake, requirements zake, Kenya tafanya nini blah blah blah. Who do you think the people will allow to fly the plane?
Logically or illogically?
Logically. Like the Kenyans watakubali nani fly your plane?
Like the Kenyans tunaenda business class.
Business class.
Of
now,
course.
That's the point. Everyone will want to go to business class.
Wao umeingia business class.
Listen, that's the same thing these people will do. Mimi nitaingia pale, I steal all this money. After stealing all this money, what I'll do, I just come to the citizens 5 years later. Niulizaje site nini we dread zako azipigwa retouch, mimi ndakupiga retouch miezi 3. Ukienda pale kuvote nivotie. Site hata nivotia.
Of course.
Nikikamni kwambia niaje bro, wewe waje wewe shike kapa, hata sikapa chukua hii punch.
Ingia business class.
Wewe ndo pigia cup zako 2 za keg,
univotie.
Mimi nivotie, shikajaba, and univotie. They'll vote at the end of the day. And one thing I usually say is this. We need to understand that the government is a business. And if it's a business, who is it making money for?
That's actually very deep.
It's making money for people. And who is it? It's making money for people who are running these systems. And we have to understand that if it's a system, it's making money for some people. Now, they're there to make money. And there's a certain guy who asked, do you think houses were designed for people? Do you think cars were designed for people? No, they were not. When we look at the concept of housing, it was designed to benefit the banks. When we look at the concept airplanes, it was designed to benefit the airlines. Washaingia kwanza sako fulani ya gari zinaendaga nini? Zinaendaga Karen. Mimi nilisoma cooperative Naboka
zimechoka.
Those cars were not designed for people. Unaingia hivi mat. Kiti hapa, kiti iko. Kiti inafinya magoti. Uko like kuna msel kwa lafa ingia hapa.
Mimi nilidhani niko peke yangu.
FT ndio inakuwaga hivyo.
Wako
na row 7, kunafaa kuwa na row 4.
Alafu gate mbona ni kama gunia za waru kwa pathway? Mimi nishaipanda FT manze anaingia na mbuzi.
Ya Karel.
FT ya Kayole.
Forward you can forgive anything. Forward ndio unapanda na nyoka.
Sikiza story, hata nyoka. Mimi kuna time nimeingia FT. Ilikuwa idara sawa. Umsi ameingia na machuma. Alikuwa na shughuli ya welding. Nikasikia pigiwa simu amuulizaje, "Wewe milango yangu umesema utaleta?" Nikasikia amesemaje? Nikasikia sema, wacha nini? Nilikuwa nimesemaje? "Wewe nimelipia zile viti 2." Alipeleka hapo machuma. Sasa kupiga shughuli yake. Niko kwa mat, wameka regi nasikia.
Alichapa shughuli kwa mat.
Mko kwa mat na zile masparks zinawarukia. Alafu mnauliza Dona na waambiaje? Amelipa nini? Hadi kila mtu na shughuli yake. Nairobi tulikuja kutafuta.
Forward travelers, these are allegations. Lakini njoro unawaekelea. Njoro hapo unawaekelea.
Wacha niwaambie.
Welding
na magari za kwenda Machakos.
Wachana na Machakos.
Mimi niliona wamebeba keja.
Machakos.
There is something. I don't know why is it that all the vehicles are going to Machakos? Sina kuanga pack tuko juu.
Si ndio?
Beba.
Unajua Macha hakuna hata maji.
Inakuwaga hivi.
Yes.
Inakuwaga ni kusave. It's a saving plan, uko hivi. So msa anajua niko na 4 months ya kukaa Nairobi ni hustle. After hapo tarudi tena Nairobi maybe after another 3 months. So instead niache hizi vitu kwa nyumba nilipie rent. Sina songa tu nazo.
Wallahi. I guess that's why.
I guess that's why. Places zingine wasio na stay. Hiyo ina happenegi sana hadi na wase wetu wa Dala.
Ni kweli. Yeah, very true za kwenda Kisumu.
Wanakaa kwa mageto za mabati. Hiyo tu msa anakujaga na kawembe hivi ushaporwa.
Ni kweli. But the head of this story, but it's so true.
Yes.
Our senior nakaga kwa hizi keja za mabati. Anytime wanaenda shags in have wame na vitu zako zote. Because I have a friend of mine who once lived in a let me call it it's called an iron sheet apartment. Usiite keja mabati. Asiye jorogela nyumbango lenda ni mabati.
Iron sheet apartment
board. So I'm like, umse alikuwa gana hama.
Yes.
Akihama, unajua hizo keja za mabati zina kwa gazi meshikana hivi.
Yes.
Alihama manzi anatoa vitu zake amejaza pickup ya kwanza, pickup ya pili, kakanta kamejazwa. Nikashindwaje hii ina ni single room. Inatoka
kwani kunaendaje?
Inatoka kwani hizi vitu ni elastic
ama ni covid billionaire?
Ama ni covid. Kume boys amepita na ukuta za majirani. Si anajua ameingia wera. Yeye amefungua hizi maukuta hivi. So anaanzia na ule ukomisho anatoa vitu zake, anatoa hizi, ana kama anatoa zake mwisho. Na ana left.
Wow.
So it's also a security measure.
Iron sheet apartment now kuna something very interesting umesema.
Okay.
That houses were not made for people.
Houses are not made for
they
people.
They were made to benefit banks.
Yes.
Hey, mtu wangu. Wewe sasa unataka tuishi kwa nini?
No, what I'm saying is this, by me saying that what I mean is tukiangalia venye makeja like origin ya makeja even when you look at let me say feminism or the word women empowerment. When you look at the history of women empowerment, back in 1929, the guys like John D. Rockefeller and Andrew Carnegie, like John D. Rockefeller owned 80% of the fuel that was running the states.
Yeah, major capitalists.
So these guys walikuwa capitalists and they had so many workers. Unakuta msi akona a bunch, akona like 100,000 employees. And one thing the government realized is this: by this time it's only men who are working.
Yes.
And they realized there's also a very large population, even more than half, that is women and they are not working. And that means we have half of our population who we are not taxing.
Yes.
So what do? We start a women empowerment campaign. We tell these women to look for jobs so that we tax them and make money.
That's why.
So the ideology behind women empowerment and feminism
is
was actually brought about by misogynists.
Ni misogynists.
Thank you misogynistic conversations. Hata hiyo jina sasa unabidi unatumia jina kuja na uzito. But think about it. Now, does it mean that the current state of Afghanistan right now is better because they have gone back to the original plan and the women are inactive? Aya. Shikilia hapo because we have 3 minutes left, and bado geto ijanguka. Now I want you guys to tell me something very interesting because now tuko na mtu unasikia anaitwa Zakayo.
Yes.
Zakayo akona shida.
Yes.
Na kuna mama akona pesa. Ni kama uko na shida na bibi yako ama ka girlfriend kakona ngiri kama so tatu kwa kibeti kamejisundia hapa.
Yes.
Utaenda umnyang'anye ama utakaa na shida yako kama mwanaume. Kuko na mama anaitwa Helen Obiri alishinda jana pesa.
Yes.
Na Zakayo ameola hiyo pesa.
Alishinda wapi?
Alishinda Boston Marathon.
Damn,
So we won the Boston Marathon as a country. Both the male and the female versions. Ndio. Sasa nyinyi mnafilaje? Hao watu watataxiwa heavily ama Zakayo atulie ama iko sawa?
For me, one thing I know, it's for real. Like it's a business. Unaona? Like it's a business. So
they work for it actually.
Yeah. And for the government does not mind if this guy atafeel vibaya or anything. For them, they want their money.
Yeah.
And I once saw a documentary where some Kenyan runners actually go to run in Uganda or go to agencies
other countries,
in Uganda
to avoid
because
taxes.
not even to avoid taxes. There, they are well funded. They are well taken care of.
Yeah.
Everything is well taken care of.
True.
But ukikama hapa hivi Kenya ni ku tricks.
Of course.
One thing I know, huyo akishuka hapa
Wapi?
Jomo Kenyatta.
Mashida.
Watu wa KRA watakuwa hapo wana dance. Karibu Kenya. Karibu.
Sindio?
Watakuwa hapo wana ndo
Of course.
KRA. Hey, these people wataki jokes. Because the way Ruto is looking for money.
Yes.
One thing I know is Mali Hustler Fund ilitoka lazima hiyo pesa irudi.
For real?
And me usually hear the when you look at common citizens or the average citizen, be like, hey, kuna dozi inatoka and everything. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that we are the ones to pay for this money.
Yeah.
And it's the common mwananchi mwenye talipa ido. And where that money will come from, these people will find a way to tax us. Asi ondeka kutax M-Pesa transactions. Umeona venye bank charges saizi imeenda juu.
Of course.
Bank charges are crazy, man. Mi kuna time juzi natumia beshte yangu 50 bob. Bank charges ni 78 bob.
Hapo kona deni ya ka 38 bob. Na bado hujaweka tokens ulete 0.001 unit. Na umeweka 1000.
Nakwambia kuna kanini ya 1000 ukikadi ya robe squeeze lights zinawakaga hivi.
Mera
zinawakaga zikiflika.
Kazi kwa horror movie zake.
So it's a problem. So
they'll definitely be taxed.
Obiri atataxiwa.
Yes. Lazima taxiwe. Definitely. But taxes are at least as kwagi that bad. Although bado ni pay tu. Lazima taxiwe.
But is it pay?
No,
that's not pay. We can't call it pay. I don't know what we can call it, but I guess they are taxed on awards. Like they are taxed, the people who are taxed, we are taxed on. Do you know even
yes,
when
you know you can be
taxation,
taxed even for winning a lottery.
taxed for
lottery, really bad.
Even gifts.
You get taxed for even
corporate
inheritance.
Gifts, even inheritance.
Yes, but hao ni kapi. Ni mboka wako.
Okay,
true.
Okay.
So itakuwa that bad, but I don't think we are talking about the taxes. Tulikuwa tunaongelea story ya feminism and all that.
Yes.
So go like, okay, udem definitely an ball.
Yes.
Like she's balling.
Yes.
So the question, what were you trying to imply? Like weka Zakayo hapo utaenda unyenyekee?
Because I was actually thinking to myself, at least sooner na venye saa hii tumekuwa like tuko consistent tunachukuanga Boston. Yeah? At least tusamehee tu hawa mama wajinua juu nini yake ya kwanza sijaisikia mama anywhere. At least asitaksiwe, hii aende ajenge, alafu hiyo ingine tutaongea.
Let me tell you, if the daktari was here angesema my friend ngoja miaka 5 ukalie kiti uwahurumie. Tumekubaliana hivyo.
Njoro, we are banning you Njoro from this show. Wacha nikuulize. Njoro.
This guy wants money.
Uncle Zakayo pia.
Money.
So Zakayo ataki ujinga.
Yes.
Now there's an argument that says pesa iko. Sieti hakuna do. Pesa iko ni venye inatumika vibaya.
True.
If we were to manage what we have, in fact I think we are one of the most taxed countries in the world. But we also highly spend on unnecessary things.
Yes.
So if you were to fungia these expenditures,
what do you mean we spend on unnecessary things? Do you mean the government?
The government. We have a huge.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
They're just selfish. That I'd say. You see, like, before even Gachagua got in the seat.
Yes.
Alikuwa shajipanga. alikuwa amejichukulia gari, alikuwa amejichukulia ka budget ka gari
allegedly
to allowance. Mimi na hiyo stuff.
He's a truthful man.
Hadi before akwa sworn in.
Yes.
You see? And then now people who are just close to them at the food chain, they see this. So they'll be like, "Ido, by the tutapelekea common mwananchi." Ama pia sisi tutatumia. Because though iko true. There's a lot of money, but I think huko chini.
Of course.
Yeah, like a lot of people are just selfish huko juu. Like the case ulipeana huyo madam MC anakuja na kali.
Anaitisha salary increment.
Me don't think I usually says this.
Entertainment allowance.
Me don't think I'll say this. And for me, it's more like advice to the young people out there, especially us as young people. When you look at how the system is functioning, this is how the system has been functioning ever since time immemorial. When we look at the history of the United States, right now, the United States is way more well off financially than it was 200 years ago. But then, right now, they have so many homeless people than they had kitambo sana. Right now, they have so many people who are bankrupt than they were kitambo sana. And one thing we need to understand is everything that's running, it's a system.
Okay.
And these people are creating this system. And the point is this. The system will always oppress those who are at its grassroots. And the hack is, sisi kama wase upcoming, we need to find mechanisms in which we can climb up this system's ladder.
But no,
money will be spent inappropriately. Wasiotaishi kutumia do inappropriately.
But that's the thing, like
society
lazima ikuwe na waseko wa grassroots. Hakuwezi kuwa na miti na float to bila roots.
Like there are people who flourish and grow and become stronger and wealthier backed on our ignorance and the fact that we are not aware. Kuna wasi wana realize
so we are aware, bro. Like
right now. No, we are not aware. There's a lot we don't know. Like let me tell you, there's a lot we don't know. The fact that we know that Gachagua anakula hiyo do allegedly zote kina Ruto wanajipatia hizo allowance crazy and then next 5 years wait and see these people will still be re-elected. Unaona? And let me just correct my statement. I guess generation yetu we know but we lack understanding.
Yes, we don't have the knowledge.
Yes, we lack the understanding. How to understand, like
I agree with you on that one. But now there's a very big debate also in the economic spectrum seeking to find a solution for all this, because Zakayo is saying hakuna pesa, the other guy is saying we need to cut down our budget kidogo, but Zakayo gave a very serious solution. Akasema if you're holding dollars, tafadhali wachana na hiyo kitu.
There's a very good friend of mine in this room who's holding a lot of dollars.
So what do you think about that?
This guy can tell us the dollar holder in the building.
I don't think that's really a solution. No, it's not a solution. It just wants assistance from the people holding the dollar. Because trust you me, there's a reason a lot of people are holding the dollar. Look at the Kenyan shillings. It's losing value in a very drastic way.
Yeah.
So why would he convince you to no longer hold the dollar? I will stop holding the dollar. Do you know when? After whatever his plan works. After I see the shilling starting. That's how.
There's not really any hope for the shilling per se. They are hoping to reintroduce a new currency under the BRICS merger.
For real?
Yeah.
For real?
Brazil, Russia, India, China, and the South Africa. They're planning to come up with a new currency for trade.
Yes.
Kenya is part of the team that is supporting that with a lot of other African countries. That is partly why Zakayo said you need to let go of your dollar.
So, but honestly speaking, if a handful of people, like a lot of people who are holding dollars, if they just sold their dollars right now, it would behave exactly as the market behaves.
Yeah.
Even you'd see, even like the shilling will start gaining value. But that's the thing. You don't want to do it alone. You don't want to be the only one selling your
idea,
because it's not even gonna like selling your dollars, because it's not even gonna make any difference
in the global market.
You're the only one who's just gonna be. You're the one who's at a loss. You see.
Okay.
So maybe, and that's like you said. They're reintroducing a new currency. But it doesn't mean that we will stop using they are just reintroducing a new exchange currency, like, because right now we always use the the dollar.
The dollar for trade.
Yeah, so maybe they'll come up, and you see, it's actually a good thing.
For us.
Yes, for Africa. But people don't understand just how hard it is to implement this.
Yeah,
because how will they stable? Like how will they? What's going to be the price of maybe one of that
new currency? Yeah,
of the new currency, like, and it's going to go down. It's going to be really messed up before it actually makes sense.
Yeah, because when we look at the dollar has been stable for so long.
Okay,
for so many years, and when we look, if the last time I checked, our currency was backed with the US dollar.
Yeah.
Currency backed na US dollar. And the US dollar has been a currency that has been there for so long to the point whereby bringing its value down, it won't go down in a year, 2 years, 3 years, even in a decade. It will most definitely take a lot of time.
But it is going down, Njoro.
But it's not going down like
Biden
it's not crashing. We can't say that the US dollar is crashing.
No, he's saying it will be really bad before it gets better.
It will be really bad before it gets better.
So
makes sense. It's
crashing fast before it gains. But now, final question as we exit, because 30 seconds each.
Right.
We have a very complex situation in Sudan right now.
Pray for Sudan.
What does that mean for us? Are we involved? What does that mean for Kenya?
Wow. What does that mean for Kenya?
We are definitely involved. First of all, we are within the community. And personally, I know a lot of people, my friends who work there, and Sudan is really unstable, and it's sad because there's so much, like there's a lot of riches in Sudan, talking about minerals and stuff. So even not looking as the whole population really, but even looking at an individual level, there are a lot of people who have been have been affected seriously because they can no longer run businesses. And I'm talking a lot of people, like they can no longer run businesses. It's unstable. And then look at it. It's still going to affect us indirectly. We have a lot of Sudanese refugees in Kenya. And it's going to increase.
What?
It's definitely going to increase.
Of course. So
that it's going to bring things like competition for resources and stuff like that. And mind you, when they come, they are refugees. They're always sorted they're always sorted very good, in a very good way. A lot of dollars coming in. So meaning, so that means again, the shilling continues dipping down.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot, it affects us.
Okay, Njoro, final words.
Let's just pray for Sudan. Let's pray for them. And when you look at the consequences of war, when you look at these documentaries of how people have been affected by war, how people live for years without reconnecting with their people, and how that damages the economy. You can build a whole country in 1,000 years, but you can demolish all of it in a week. So let's pray for them. Let's keep them in our prayers, and let's observe and learn from the experience so that we as a country, as Kenya, we don't find ourselves in the same situation. Go honest, by the way, it's been the QUORUM show. Keep it locked, by the way, for Konya Mose. Anaingia hapa na mambuambua. It is going to be one of the biggest shows. Alafu after that, we are going to be having Femi Uno and Fena Gitu. Sema hiyo na, please. They are coming here. At least naenda kuwabaia kakitu wa ume alafu naleta hawa watu. So keep it locked on Radio 254. It's a Guanas thing. We're out. Sami wa Muthondu. You're going to find all our interviews on YouTube and all other social medias. Bless up. Ghetto by Eko Dida ndo inatumalizia show, by the way. It is one of the Guanas songs.
There is a gentleman anaitwa Jesus. Najua he can see us. Wanasema liye tu mgoje ti, ni bei zilipanda na zingoja ti, ni kitu nashindwa hazishuki kwa ni ama ndazingoja hadi leo, ni kuwa patient siko hospitalini na sijuna nipeleko si kwa nini. Poverty mepeni mtaa kama ata